あれ
The Valerian Islands, jewels of the Ibero Sea. Long a center of naval commerce, the people here have struggled throughout history for dominion over these shores. Finally, there rose a man to put an end to this conflict. Galawa Ogre. History would know him as the Diarist of the Ibero Sea. Galawa took the disparate races of men calling the islands home and united them as one. He encouraged marriage between clans, forging bonds to strengthen his newborn kingdom. For fully half a century,
ロードゲームでチャプター4。あ、上って来てたのに下に入っちゃった。
Tactics Ogre.
何で分岐したんだろう。
the buckram reeled as rumor after rumor flooded in, following the fall of Vidok Castle. The leader of their enemy, a youth scarce old enough to shave,
あ、イメチェンしたんで
their
す。
owner Buna Branton, a man unworthy of their trust. The Dark Knights routed. But above all else, the news that King Dorgalawa's daughter still lived.
どうしたのか。
In their desperation, the people wept. They yearned for a righteous leader, a savior to bring them prosperity. The Lady Kashua was the answer to their prayers. Lancelot Tartaros, mouthpiece of the Holy Lodician Empire, recognized Kashua as the rightful heir to the Valerian throne. The quarrel over succession was officially laid to rest. By Lancelot's accounting, this prior unrest, as he named it, stemmed not from a deep-rooted divide between clans, but instead from the misdeeds of a handful of power-hungry men. The history books would speak of no great Valerian war. Yet only the landed and the nobility paid any service to Lancelot's tale. For those who resented the ascendancy of the Buckram, words made a poor sound. While the lie of the battlefield had changed, the war raged on. What had once been seen as a clash of clans became a rift between rulers and the ruled. A struggle to break free from the yoke of oppression.
なるほど。支配する側とされる側の安保じゃんこいつ。違うか。
You still live. Leave us.
誰？
Can you hear that, Knight of Zenobia?
ランスロット？いや、捕まってたんかよ。負けてんじゃねえよ。
It is only a matter of time before you fall.
Who rules in Valeria is a trifling matter. You of all people must understand this.
あ、過去に戻ってるのか、これは一回。
Let me guess. Unable to stem the tide that rises from the hamlets and villages?
これは民族紛争ではなく後継者争いなのだって言ったのは、民族同士を争わせないためなんだろうか。
Perhaps we ask too much of the Bakram
越冬民
soldiers.
族だからな。
They are not the soldiers we are, you know. Or the men.
Always binding people to your
ラ
will,
ンスロットもそういうこと考
fettering
え
them
てたの
lest they
か。
show signs of free thought. Perhaps therein lies your problem.
They ask for a stern hand to rule them.
They ask. You're mad.
You have it wrong. It is the world that is mad. Tell me, how many of these peasants would even lift a hand to better their lot were they given a chance?
なるほど。
How many would bloody their hands, risk their necks, walk without leaning upon another? How many would dare to fight? Think back to your own uprising. Where were the people for whom you shed blood? Safe at their hearths, grousing that more was not done for them.
なるほど。
Times were hard. It was all they could do to keep themselves fed.
Nonsense! They chose to be victims. They think that only from without the castle walls may one voice discontent. Not realizing that the quickest way to the throne
弱者
is a
の方
knife
が
to the
楽っ
king's
てことか。
ribs.
These people have the right to live out their own lives, not fill some part in a play of your design.
You have both your eyes, and yet you see less clearly than I do. True freedom is not granted from above, it is won from below. And yet the commons look without for a savior, even as they claim sovereignty over their own fate. They wait and they wait for their savior, never taking that first step towards saving themselves.
なるほど。
Man is not so slothful a creature as that. They merely lack our strength.
You are much too pure of heart, Holy Knight. The people have no need of dreams. We give them all they need.
And what is that, pray tell?
A strong, unwavering ruler.
支配されるという特権を。
You are mad.
All men are born with a terrible burden upon their hearts. This insatiable yearning for pleasure. They do not hesitate to take the lives of others if it will better their own. And yet, even these base creatures can know guilt.
クリーチャーって言った。
So, what do? They turn it around. This is not my fault, man says. The world has failed me. Someone must bring order to this chaos.
快楽を貪ることしかできぬ部民。
If the commons want to pursue their pleasure, let them do it in our service, under our rule.
アンコフ騎士は何のためにこの島に来たんだ？価値を探すためなのか？価値を大いにつかせるため？で、そいつを操るためってことか？この小さな島のためにそんな労力を？
You call this rule? This trampling underfoot of all who disagree with you?
We trample no one. All we do is reach beneath the suppurating flesh of this world and wrench out the source of its ailment.
No. As the body strives to mend itself, so does the heart.
You have far too much faith in the creature called man, Knight. People are drawn to power, drawn towards safety.
やばい。暗黒騎士の言うことが。
They will betray even their most beloved to obtain it.
ごもっともすぎて何も言えねえ。
Kashua, come.
カン。
Kashua, what are you doing here?
Allow me to introduce to you your liege knight. For this girl is none other than the gift left us by Dynast King Dogalua, the Princess Versalia, rightful ruler of Valeria.
What?
What?
Well, as you say, the Bakram are not long for this world. But with the princess in our hands, Valeria will beg to serve under Lodis.
Kashua, how? Is this true?
I loved Denham. As my brother, I loved him.
愛していた。
But he was no brother to me.
そうか。
He abandoned me. And now,
え
I him.
ヤンデレだな。見捨ててはいなかったけど確かに何もしないんだよな、姉さんに対して。
Though it pains me to part with the man who took my eye, I see no need to further torment the vanquished.
え、こいつら戦ったことがあるんだ。
Farewell.
Wait!
Farewell, Knight of Zenobia.
え、でもこの城は落ちるんだろ？じゃあ解放されるってことじゃん。手を取り合って。
The princess has not been seen since the ceremony. Not even the officers among the Bakram know her whereabouts, and the regent has lent his spies to the search.
ハゲ。
I see no other explanation but that the princess has sided with the Dark Knights.
Then the rift between Branton and Tartaros widens. What word of the Dark Knights?
デニューがカンプリーダーになってる。
Most remain garrisoned in Heim. But many of their commanders, including Tartaros, are...
Perhaps this is why the Bakram do not move against us. What could they be scheming?
こっちの軍のリーダーになったのかな、デニューは。他にいないもんな、率いるやつ。レオナールも死んじ
You
ゃった
asked me to
し。
search for the Holy Knight of Zenobia.
Yes. Have you heard something?
A confession wrung from a scullery maid. It seems that the Holy Knight languishes in the dungeon below Heim Castle.
So he lives?
Yes, but under such a guard that not even the Bakram are allowed near. I was unable to mark him with my own eyes.
Still, you have done much. Go, rest.
By your leave, Commander.
強烈至極に存じます。
Kashua.
姉さんっ
Commander,
ていつも言ってるだ
should
け
we
なん
not
だよ
move
な。
our forces on Heim?
は、閣下。
Not as yet. It would be rash indeed to strike without first knowing the Dark Knight's purpose.
Yes, but the more time that passes before we strike, the weaker we become. Have you forgotten the way the men speak of the princess? Soldiers in your own ranks weep aloud at the thought of lifting a sword against Orgala's blood.
たった50年とはいえ、やっぱりこの島の王って感じなのか、ドルガルアは。
I know. All the more reason to not act in haste.
A report, sir.
What is it?
The soldiers at Brigantis have taken hostages and holed up inside the castle.
また中の仕事か。ブリガンテス。
What's this?
What are their demands?
側近。いや、側近って誰なの？
Our surrender to the Bakram, sir.
まあ、そうなるか。
After all the fighting we've been through? Not bloody likely.
So the Order of Falaha joins the fray.
ラーハ教団の横やり？
Their followers among the soldiers were many, were they not?
Aye, and their influence has only grown since the princess's
なるほ
appearance.
ど。
Not a situation we are like to change.
価値は抑えられてるのが痛いね。
The princess's
My
arrival was, for many, the advent of a savior.
姉さん、マイシスターなのか。
Add to this the fact that the late dynast king was a fervent follower of
そう
Falaha.
か。フィラハ教を国教にしたんだよな。
How natural for these new converts to rekindle his cry for accord and seek to abandon the fight.
What will you do?
I see no other choice but to meet with these followers of Falaha and speak with them.
教団の指導者。
Out of the question. It's too dangerous, Commander.
こうなんだ。
Not if I go alone and unarmed. They will hear me out.
影竜はついてくるんでしょう。ブリガンです。フィラック城は抑えてます。
Take a look around.
ぐるぐるん。カタール。あ、革命。クリス。魔法使いの思いをそうした。いい動画は何？こら。そんなに行くほど幅広くなる喧嘩か。ああ、そういうか。抜走。着幕。こっちのがオイルク強えや。ほぼ前に見える両人の方ではない。ああ、74。でもかっこいいな。トライデント、暗殺層、 相手の武器を絡め取ることができる。そうなんだ。ブルーメイス。105強え。忍刀、忍びだな。確かに忍者刀って反りがないイメージだな。海上刀？一見するとただの木の杖にしか見えない。刀が仕込まれてる。そういうことか。コンポジ、ヘリクロンボ、バルダー。バルダーシールドか。本当があるわ。金がない。人体解剖学習。これ武器か。なんだ。人特攻これ。強くね？これ誰が装備できんだ？妖精さんとウォーレンと人形使いか。これ強くない？人特攻。あれ？売っちゃった。売っちゃった。売っちゃった。売るつもりなかったのに。売っちゃった。売ってない？待って、人体。売っちゃった。操作ミスで売っちゃった。手に入るかな、あれ。お、やっと出てきた。ウィザードハット。リーガン。ノマド。まだ増えてないと。魔法も増えてないかな。ヒールさん。ヒールさんか。買っとくか。MP45 も取るのに回復量となんだもんな。6麻痺沈黙水上停止か。高低差無視。うわぁ、高低差無視。つもりつもり攻撃ダウンね。触傷が増えてないか。レシピも増えてなしと。 ちが回っとる。着幕マイナス31。強化しようこれ。着幕、次はリサルムだから。
What do you say?
強化されるはずだ。え、マイナス 21？ あって人とこっぽいな。よし。ないとか人間、よー、これは、マイナス21攻撃下がるけど、人とこだったら、こっちもいいか。さすがに。セクシードです。そうできるんだ。